60,000 years ago, this guy had the worst toothache of his life. No dentist, no painkillers, no rinse and spit, just him, a throbbing molar, and one very questionable solution: a rock. I know how that sounds, but it's real. Scientists found a 59,000-year-old tooth with a weird hole punched right through the middle of it. Their first guess was boring. Probably just wear and tear. Teeth get messed up over time. Case closed. Except when they zoomed in under a microscope, the case very much reopened because the marks inside that hole weren't random. They were neat little circles, all spinning the same direction, like something had been twisted into the tooth on purpose, over and over, which means this tooth didn't just crack. Somebody drilled it, on purpose, with a rock, while it was still attached to a face. So now we've got a real mystery. Did this guy drill his own tooth? Or, and this is the version I'm rooting for, did he trust a friend enough to hand them a rock and say, "Just do it, I can't watch"? This all went down in a cave in Siberia, shared with cave hyenas, woolly rhinos, and wolves. So basically the worst Airbnb in prehistory. And here's the detail that actually got me. Scientists figured out the people living in that cave weren't just some random pack of cavemen. They were a family, a dad and his daughter. So somewhere in that cave, there's a very real chance this whole operation was, "Hold still, Dad. I promise I know what I'm doing." Now, here's where it gets even better. Scientists couldn't just take their word for it that a rock can drill a tooth. Science doesn't work on vibes. They needed proof. So they rebuilt the exact stone tool from 60,000 years ago and went looking for a tooth to test it on. Obviously not an actual Neanderthal tooth. Those things are basically priceless. You can't just go drilling into ancient evidence for fun. So they needed a substitute, a volunteer. And one of the researchers, a woman named Lydia, had just had her wisdom tooth pulled. Still warm, basically. So she looked at her own extracted tooth, looked at the replica stone drill, and said, essentially, "Sure, why not?" She sat down and drilled into her own tooth with a rock. On purpose. In a lab. Willingly. Her team still brings it up. They call it, and I quote, "the most personal contribution to the entire project." It took her under an hour, and when she compared to the ancient one, match. Same shape, same depth, same little spiral scratches. Which means we can now say with a straight face, 59,000 years ago, somebody performed what might be the very first dental surgery in human history, using a rock, on purpose, while conscious. Here's the part that really puts it in perspective. Neanderthals are believed to have felt pain more intensely than we do, not less. So whatever this guy went through, it was worse than anything happening in your dentist's chair right now. And you don't even get the good playlist or the little TV on the ceiling. And yet, the tooth kept working. For years afterward, whoever this was didn't just survive a rock going into his tooth. He got up, kept living, kept eating with that same tooth, probably told the story a few too many times around the fire. Which, honestly, says something kind of nice underneath all the horror. Somebody cared about this guy enough to put him through something genuinely awful, on purpose, just to make the pain stop for good. Maybe it was his daughter. Maybe it was his best friend holding the rock and saying, "Trust me." But somebody stuck around for the worst part, so he could get to the better part. So next time you're sitting in a dental chair, dreading a simple cleaning, just remember, somewhere back in the Ice Age, a guy went through way worse, with way less, and came out the other side. You've got numbing gel. He had a friend and a prayer. If this made you laugh even once, hit like. I promise it was less painful to make than his dental work. See you in the next one.